Amor Baker. Hello, grade sevens. My name is Miss Baker, and I hope you're ready for a mathtastic time. Graphs are a way of telling stories with numbers. In grade 7, you'll work with global graphs that show how two variables are related. Today, we'll explore how to read them, make sense of them, and explain the trends you see. In the intermediate phase, you focused on bar graphs and pie charts, useful for showing categories or parts of a whole. But now, in grade 7, you move to the line graphs that reveal relationships between two variables and how they change over time. When analyzing a graph, there's a few key steps that's very important. Let's look at the graph analysis checklist. First, read the title and labels. What is being measured and in what units? Number 2, check the axes. The x-axis usually shows the independent variable, and the y-axis show the dependent variable. Number 3, use the key. This explains the colors, symbols, or patterns. Number 4, spot extremes. The highest and lowest values can be important clues. And lastly, number 5, identify trends. Is this graph constant, increasing, or decreasing? Let's look at a quick example. So first we want to know what is the title. In this example, it's the daytime temperatures for Johannesburg on the 22nd of June 2022. Secondly, we want to know what's on the two axes. In this example, on the y-axis is the temperature, and on the x-axis is the time. Then number 3, must look at the key. In this example, there isn't a specific key, but they're telling us that the time is measured in hours and the temperature in degrees. Then in number 4, we must look at extremes. So what is the lowest in the graph, which would be the first point that's plotted? And then what is your highest extreme, which would be in this case the number 17. Okay, and then the last point that we need to look at is the trends. And on this graph, we can see that the temperatures, it climbs over time, and then so it's increasing, and then later on, it's starting to decrease. Okay, so as mentioned, in grade 7, we need to look at linear graphs. So what is a linear graph? It's a graph that is in a straight line. As simple as that. It shows the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable, that it is in a straight line. So in this example, it would be the speed of the motorcycle is increasing in a constant time. There's a few different linear graphs. One of them is the increasing graph. It's a graph that slopes upwards from left to right, indicating that the dependent variable increases as the independent variable increases. Secondly, we got the decreasing graph. It's a graph that slopes downwards from left to right, indicating that the dependent variable decreases as the independent variable increases. Okay, and then the last linear graph is the constant graph. It stays the same, nothing changes. Okay, grade 7s. Then we also get non-linear graphs. They are not in a straight line. The change between the variables is not constant. Sometimes it increases faster, slows down, or even changes direction. So in this example, it's about the length of a baby over time as the age is getting older. Okay, so now we're wondering, why do we want to analyze graphs? Why and for what? What reason? Okay, so analyzing a graph tells you what is happening. Interpreting a graph explains why it is happening. And remember, a graph shows the data, but you provide the explanation. Okay, grade 7s, now it's your time to shine. Let's look at an example together. In a small South African town, a household collects rainwater in a tank. The graph below shows the water level in a tank during a summer rainstorm over 20 minutes. Pause this video and answer the questions that's on the screen. Okay, so for the first question, how long did the rainwater tank take to fill to its maximum level? So the tank reached full level at 10 minutes. Question 2. What was the water level after 6 minutes? We can see that after 6 minutes, the water level was 600 liters. Question 3. How long did the tank remain full? We can see that there was a stage where the tank remained constant for a few minutes. So we can calculate that by looking at the 15 and the 10. The tank stayed full for 15 minus the 10 minutes, which equals to 5 minutes long. Question 4. So complete each sentence by filling in the missing words. Between 0 and 10 minutes, the water level is increasing. Between 10 and 15 minutes, the water level remains constant. And between 15 and 20 minutes, the water level is decreasing. Okay, guys, now I'm going to challenge you. After this whole lesson, you know what's a line graph and different other types of graphs. If they're decreasing, increasing, staying constant, nonlinear graphs, you know them all. So, find a graph this week. Write down 3 facts about it and explain one possible reason for its strength. Okay, that's the end of it. Bye, grade 7s. I really hope this helped. And remember, analyzing and interpreting data helps you understand the world.